everyone, welcome back to Katarina's Garage. And actually I need to angle this just a little more. My name is Katarina, and well, I got a delivery from Max Peating Rods. So they reached out to me and asked, well, do you want a turbo? And I said, absolutely. So this is gonna go onto my 81 Mustang, but first, well, I haven't opened it yet, so let's see how it looks and everything, and I'll give you my honest opinion of it. Because, who knows? I mean, I've heard mixed opinions of Max Peating Rods, although I've heard that their turbos are actually pretty decent, but I don't know. And they're a cheap product, to be honest. Like, this turbo, I think would have been like $120 or something like that, minus shipping. So, okay, I'm liking the packaging so far, because they've got this nice, foam to cover up the top of the turbo with the cardboard. So that's lovely. And then we get, ooh, this turbo's a little bigger than I thought it was, actually. Come on. Come on there. Sorry, just taking a second here. Oh, there we go. And there's the gaskets, and there's actually a badge that comes with it too. All right, we can get rid of the box now. And this is the turbo and how it's packaged. And there was another one of those, soft, like, foam things at the bottom of it to help it. So that's good. That's good. You can see, there's some gaskets, and there is a Max Peating Rods badge. I probably won't put that on my car, but it is kind of neat that way. And, there's some instructions, I'm assuming. And then there's even like a troubleshooting guide on the back of it, so that's kind of neat. But anyways, let's open this up. And let's see what we're looking at here, to be honest. Because, I mean, I know how turbos work and whatever else, but have I actually ever driven a vehicle with a turbo? No. Anything I've driven has been naturally aspirated. To be honest, I've never even driven anything with a... Actually, no, that's a lie. I drove my mom's GTP way back in the day, but I did not have my license at the time. She let me drive it around a parking lot. So, there we go. All right. So, looking at this, okay, I'm kind of surprised that, so they cover up the oh, and I'm getting photobombed by cat again, which is the neighbor's cat. It's actually pretty good construction, although I am noticing a couple little things. There is some nicks and whatever else that is in this just from the manufacturing process or whatever. Turbine spins freely and there's no play in it, so that's good. Let's check the front turbine here. See, that looks a little better. You can see it. And this is actually a good sized turbo. It's like a 63 millimeter, I think. And that feels all right. There's no play in it. The overall quality, like, it's cast. And there's some, like, small things with the casting that you can see, but it's not that bad. For the price, I mean, this actually looks to be pretty good. Everything is actually, like, marked. If you can see all the bolts, they're marked with, like, a purple pinkish marker to indicate that they were, like, properly torqued or whatever. But then you can see, like, there is some damage. I don't know if you can properly see it, actually, on the base plate here. Which a gasket could... I don't know. That's actually scratched pretty good. And, yeah, like... I don't know. This thing, like I said, it's not bad quality overall. Like I said, it's a cheap product. This is only like a $126 turbo, and from what I've heard, they're actually not bad quality at all. Just from what I'm seeing here, it's not terrible. And now the whole plan with this is to put it on my 81 Mustang, and I'm going to get a buddy to modify the header here so that, because I thought I was going to put it like here pretty much on the header, but then I might have to move it a little bit further back, not much though, we'll just have to really see. And this is my ceramic coated header that I got ceramic coated a while back, so I might not actually get to utilize a ceramic coated header. I might have to use my non-ceramic coated header to get this to work. I'll just have to ask my buddy Pat's opinion on it, because he's the one that's going to be building out everything. So yeah, it doesn't come with any flanges whatsoever. It just comes with a gasket. Which, I mean, fair enough. There's different, you know, styles and whatever else. So you do have to do quite a bit of custom modification with this to make it work. So I'm not sure what my buddy would actually charge me to do this, but you know, it's not bad. I'm actually, you don't really realize how big a 63mm turbo is, because as an example, well, hang on one second. Let me show you the turbo size that I'm used to, because I got this turbo off a buddy of mine a few years ago that I actually told that I was going to put on the car, but I didn't have a real game plan to really do it, and I didn't have the connections at the time that I do now. So hang on one second. So the size difference is immense when you see these two turbos next to each other. So this is a 47mm turbo. It's an IHI ES12. Well, this is a 63mm turbo. I mean, you can see much bigger turbine in there compared to here. Also, the outlet is also a lot bigger on here too. You can kind of see that. So a lot of differences that way, of course. And this is for a little diesel application, which might actually be better for what I'm doing. I will ask my friend of what he actually thinks on doing this. If we should utilize the Max Peating Rods turbo, or if we should utilize the IHI AS12. Because, God, this turbo's massive. Like, it's not like the biggest turbo I've ever seen. I've seen, you know, over 100mm turbos, but yeah, like, this is just very compact. Well, this is very large, and it's actually, like I said, not bad quality at all. I would like to check over everything, and then one thing that I'm noticing on the back here, because this is the cold side of the turbo, so I'm guessing there is, okay, so there's a plate that could go there. You can actually see where you have threaded holes and everything that goes around here. To be honest, I'm not sure what that's for. And there's even a hole here, you know, that goes directly from your, because that's the hot side, right? This is the cold side. So it would come in through here, like you have it bolted on here. The air would come in through here, it would spin this turbine, which then coincidentally would end up spinning the front turbine as well. And it compresses the air and pushes boost into your engine, which creates extra power as long as you have the fuel to go with it. Now, I'm going to need to acquire a few different parts to make this work. Obviously, I'm going to need to get the flange because I don't have one. I thought it would have come with one, but I guess not. Again, it's a cheaper kit, so that's okay. The overall quality, like, looks to be okay. Looks to be good. I don't really have any, like, hardly any gripes with it, to be honest, other than, like, the little damage that I saw on the face here. It's not too bad, but so yeah. But basically, in my Mustang, I only want to run about 7 pounds of boost. That's it. I don't really need to run any more than that, but in actuality, that 7 pounds of boost is only going to act as about 4 to 5 pounds of boost. Reason being is, well, I'm going to lose, no matter what, when you're making boost with your vehicle, is the boost that actually gets to the cylinders is going to be less than what's actually coming out of the turbo, just due to parasitic loss and stuff like that. And if you have like a stock cam like I do, there is overlap of the valves, so some of that boost is going to go directly through the exhaust valve, so we're going to be losing boost that way. But because I am not going to be running you know, I'm not going to have like an ECU running this. I'm doing it old school. There's not going to be a proper way to retard the timing on the fly unless we modify my HEI distributor to actually kick in the vacuum advance, you know, less. Instead of it pulling 22 or 22 degrees, I might knock that down to say 17 or so. You know, I just, that whole thing. And like I said, I'm still undecided on whether I want to run this or this, but my buddy Pat, as long as it works out, he'll be here tomorrow. And sorry, I've been sick with COVID for the past bit, so that's the reason why I haven't done any videos. I haven't really been out. I haven't barely left the house at all, only when it's absolutely necessary, and I've been masked up and stuff like that, so I don't spread any virus. But so yeah, so this is finally coming to fruition, because my buddy gave me this turbo like 3 or 4 years ago to put on the car, and I just never got around to it. It's just been sitting around. It needs to be cleaned, admittedly, because there's like cat hair and dust and whatever else around it, but that's not the end of the world. So yeah, I don't know, what do you guys think? Because this turbo is, like I said, it's bigger than I thought it was. Like they say it's a 63mm turbo, which I believe them, and you know, on the hot side, but yeah, and this is a 47mm, like it's tiny. But this would spool up very quickly, and I wouldn't have to utilize, because this one I think was going to spool slower. Quite a bit slower, in fact. Well, I will spool slower just because it's a bigger turbo. But it's going to require a lot more air to move it. Where this little turbo, I could do maybe my original plan, which is to just, so the header would be like this in the engine bay. I could get my buddy to build that flange and just have the 3 cylinders pushing boost through this, and I'd probably get the same effect as if I routed this back, like the front back up here to a flange to run this. So, but I don't know. We'll have to see for sure, because I do like the idea of a new turbo, but I'll have to ask some opinions on it from friends and whatnot. So anyways, I thank you so much for watching this little unboxing of this Max Speeding Rods turbo. Like I said, it's going to be like a down and dirty and cheap sort of build with the turbo. I'm not going to be spending a lot of money on this, and you know, I'll just have to figure out with fuel mapping without an ECU. That's going to be the tricky part. I could possibly do it via a vacuum pressure regulator with an electric fuel pump that, when it receives less vacuum, because actually when you get higher in the RPM range, you actually get less vacuum. So maybe I can utilize something like that, or I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of learning I'm gonna have to do with this, and yeah, so we'll see. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and yeah, anyways, stay tuned, because the header is going to be on soon without the turbos. I'm going to utilize that header NA first on the car, and get it all set up, because I'm going to need to build up my cash flow to actually afford to do everything I want to do. Plus, I still need to get the charge pipe. I still need to get like a carb hat, or I still need to convert my Holley 500 CFM 2-barrel to a blow-through, and, right? So, we'll see. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned, because it's going to be a lot of fun. With all of this upgrade with 7 pounds, but actually in reality closer to 4 to 5 pounds, this will add me, because of also going from the exhaust manifold in the car to the header, I am going to be making an extra 60, 70 horsepower-ish. And that's to the crank, mind you, but you do the conversion of .28, I think is the conversion, 0.23, something like that, I can't remember. It's been a while since I worked at dyno and had to tell people that. So, yeah, but anyways, we'll figure it out. And like I said, and we'll have, you know, this thing on the dyno with one of these turbos on it, and we'll see how much extra power it makes. And I do want to do different runs with small tires versus the big tires, because every dyno run I've done is with my big tires that I currently have, or that I've run every single time on the dyno, where it made 100 wheel horsepower and 240 torque. So in reality, I could reach almost 300 foot-pounds of torque while also being in the 150-ish horsepower to the wheels. So not too shabby. So yeah, I'm excited. So anyways, take care. And yeah, if you're considering going to max speeding rods, it's great. It doesn't come with anything other than, like I said, a couple little gaskets. And like the instructions here and whatever else, which, you know, and Max Speeding Rods hasn't been a company for like a long time. Like, they've only been around since 2006. I only discovered them a couple years ago, and which they're, I will say there has been some things with Max Speeding Rods that I haven't been as much of a fan with, to be honest, with reaching out to me. They reached out to me initially like about 2 or 3 years ago. They wanted to send me a turbo, but I was in Canada, so they wouldn't do it. Now they have warehouses here in Canada, so they'll do it. But then I've been reached out to 3 times. The first time, that was just dumb. They didn't look into where I was or anything like that, even though it's quite clear on my YouTube channel. The second time, which was only like a couple weeks ago, I had a guy that I told him what my vehicles were, and he said, oh, well, what about a Silverado or an F-150 or a Dodge Ram? I'm going, where am I just going to pull one of those out of my pocket? You know, and he never got back to me. And then I got somebody else to email me to reach out again. And then that all worked out with getting this turbo. So I am excited for it. And like I said, that's a big turbo. And it's probably overkill for what I'm doing. But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe we'll utilize that. Maybe we'll take old little Perkins diesel here and make that work too. I don't know. So yeah. Anyways, take care. And yeah, I will catch you next time. And so, okay, this just talks about some of their mods, like some of their products in here. That's all that is. So yeah. Anyways, take care. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.